Welcome back to Wondering About Nature. This week I had one of those encounters that stops you in your tracks. A family of barred owls, owlets and all. But let's take it from the beginning. I had a big week across Lancaster County. First stop, Silvermine Park. As I walked near the pond, a belted kingfisher caught my eye, perched on a branch overhanging the water. It had a fish in its beak, a big fish. Kingfishers are famous for taking on prey that seems almost too large to manage. They'll beat a fish against a branch to stun it before attempting to swallow it head first. This one, though, wasn't quite ready to commit. It flew off before getting the job done. It's always fun to see that behavior, even when nature doesn't cooperate for a clean finish. Down near the water's edge, I found an eastern pondhawk dragonfly resting right on the ground. And along the trailside vegetation, both a female and male ebony jewelwing damselfly. If you've never seen one, the males have those iridescent, dark-tinted wings that seem to shimmer as they move. Really one of the most beautiful insects on a summer stream. I've also been exploring the geology trail at Silvermine Park. I'll have that full video link at the end of this one if you want to go deeper into what makes this park so special. Now the highlight of my week. At a location I'm keeping quiet to protect these birds, I came across a family of barred owls, 2 owlets, and an adult keeping watch. Barred owls are year-round residents here in Pennsylvania, and seeing young ones like this is always a privilege. The owlets still have that wonderful wide-eyed, fluffy appearance, but they're growing fast. I hope you appreciate that I'm being protective of this location. Sensitive nesting sites deserve our care. The best thing we can do for wildlife like this is simply giving them space. From there I headed over to Safe Harbor and Conestoga River parks, right next to each other along the river. And of course I checked on my Merganser family. Look how much they've grown since we first spotted them. The young are considerably larger now, but Mom is still right there with them. I also found a second, younger Common Merganser family nearby. This might be the same group that I saw the other week, where the young was riding on the back of the mother. They're just learning the ropes and sticking close to their mom. High in a tree along the Conestoga River, a bald eagle was keeping watch over everything below before flying off. And a Baltimore Oriole moved through the treetops, while a Canada Goose pair was tending their goslings near the water's edge. I also spent time at Chestnut Grove Natural Area. I'm saving most of that footage for a full dedicated video about this park, but here's a preview of what I found. The ospreys were in their nest with at least one young. An indigo bunting was feeding on the ground. That blue is absolutely electric in the right light. A young groundhog was right on the trail eating, and an older groundhog was along a different section. Nearby, a common grackle with a beak full of insects, clearly feeding young nearby. And one of my favorites, a bee working a milkweed flower. Milkweed is such a critical plant for pollinators of all kinds, and of course for monarch butterflies. It's always wonderful to see it thriving on a natural area trail. And finally, something a little different this week. I visited Purple Moon Lavender Farm in Lancaster County for their Bloom Fest. I'd never been there before, and I have to say, I was not prepared for how beautiful it was. Acres and acres of lavender in full bloom. The farm has a lovely pond, and I saw a dragonfly and a few butterflies making good use of it. And they have a monarch way station filled with native wildflowers, just the kind of habitat our pollinators need. This is a preserve farm, and in Lancaster County that matters deeply. We've been losing farmland here at an alarming pace, and places like Purple Moon are a reminder of what's worth protecting. I'll have a link to the farm in the description, Worth a visit if you're in the area. What a week! From barred owl owlets to fields of lavender, Lancaster County continues to surprise me. Don't forget to check out the Geology Trail video link below. It pairs perfectly with the silver mine footage you saw today. If you enjoyed this week's adventures, please subscribe and leave a comment. I'd love to know which sighting was your favorite. Thanks for watching.